It's a part of retail. I'm not even going to say reselling. I'm not even going to say selling online. It's a part of just retail. That's what we are. We're a retail in a retail setting here. Okay.
I found a stack of records in my attic today, an Elvis picture disc and Kenny's big old hay. Put them up on eBay for the day was done. Watch the bids roll in till the morning sun.
Welcome everyone to the video. Welcome to the channel. This is gonna be the Thursday What Sold video, and yeah, I didn't film this yesterday. This is Thursday morning. Like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below. I fell asleep. And when I woke up, I'm like, oh, I'm too tired. I'm not. After you wake up from falling asleep, it's like you're not gonna. I think I got back up about 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna go back to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. Go back to sleep. I was like, I'm not gonna do it all groggy. I'm not gonna make a video all groggy. So I had my coffee again this morning. We're gonna knock this video out. We're gonna do it really quick. So no deep dive, unfortunately. We'll do that again next week. But I want to get these what solds out there for everybody to see. And I think the thing has been also not only Monday I do work at the hospital. So that's my excuse there for being tired. But I've been working out again. I've been on the treadmill again, and I've been off the treadmill for a few weeks because my plantar fasciitis has come back in my left foot, and it's pretty. It hurts. I want to say it hurts. It's kind of weird because if you've been sitting for a while, then you get up, you're like, But once you get going, like it kind of goes away. So once you've been walking for a while, it kind of goes. It's still there, but it doesn't hurt that bad. And so I was like, take some time off here. So, I wasn't on the treadmill at all. So I've been getting back on the treadmill. Yes, the plantar fasciitis is still there. Not too bad. I can manage it and deal with it. But, I think I've just been tired because I've been doing that. I think I'm, just been a little extra tired, burning, more energy there. So therefore, I get tired during the day. Or later in the day, there's only so much energy you have. You use it up. But there is, it goes else places, and energy is conserved. So whatever, use for those scientific people out there. So we'll look at some cool what sold. I forgot how many. I just threw a bunch of pictures up in there because I knew this was going to be, the what solds aren't, a pretty long part of the video. So I knew, I just threw a bunch in there. I'm not sure how many I put in there, but I think it might be 7 or 8 or 7 or so. But either way, check this out. My wife found this past weekend. Speaking of, my last bath body videos, the bath body candle holder. Really cool. It even has the original price tag. $34.95 was how much it was in the store. So really cool piece. And so we're keeping it. It's ours. We bought it. It was they wrote in Sharpie on the black felt on the bottom. I think it was $10.69. I already took the price tag off, so but I can kind of see the Sharpie on the bottom right there. So I think it's 10. So not for how much exactly it was, but nonetheless, this is for our own, our own decor, our own Halloween decor. So, look out for this stuff. This doesn't go for too much. It goes for about what it retailed for. But if you can find it for, obviously, you can find it for cheaper out there. Well, hopefully, you find it for cheaper out there. Then you can resell it for more. And it's a very easy shipper too. I mean, it's not. I think it's like ceramic. I don't even think it's really ceramic. I think it's more plasticky. But kind of has a plasticky smell. I'm not sure the overall height, but maybe an 8x8x8 box. It's pretty easy, pretty simple to ship, but really, really cool. Found that. Went to pick up some more keyboards, and I got a bunch of watches actually. They were like, I got these watches. Do you want them? I'm like, sure, why not? And I got this really cool like Nike watch that goes for about $20. But really, right here. Actually, 3 really cool swatches. So definitely keep your eye out for swatches. So they do really well. Yeah, I know they feel cheap, but they still do incredibly well. They're not the best quality, but the internals are pretty good. But the as far as the overall feel and look of them, they're they're kind of just sport watches. So really, really cool. So I got some of those. And I got a little, Sanrio, Hello Kitty one with a little charm on there. So that'd be really cool. Get some batteries in them. Obviously, you always want to, so when you're testing, this is a really like tiny, tiny swatch. It's small, but it's really cool though. And just pull the little thing out there, the little crown, and make sure no, first you want to make sure the hands aren't floating around in there. And then you want to just twist it and make sure they're working. And then like, all right, cool. I mean, they're just thrown in. So I'm not really, not like, oh my God, I need to test them all out, fully test them. Because if they don't work, they're just throw in. So that's pretty cool. What else? I've been watching a lot of videos or seeing a lot of videos. I've been watching a lot of videos. I don't like to watch those. I've been seeing a lot of them on. If you want to skip this part, I'll talk a little bit about Christianity, and I'm not really. I grew up Christian, and I am grateful for that because it brought me to where I am right now. Everything from my past brought me to where I am at this point in my life. And it's just when I see things out there, I'm like, man, that's not really what it's about. Jeez. I've been coming across a lot of videos lately, and it's probably, a sign of the times, the passing of Charlie Kirk, that gentleman, and I had no idea who he was until because I don't really follow that. I don't really watch that kind of stuff, and the main reason is, because a lot of them are like, and I just saw some more. They popped in my feed, and like I want to, thank Jesus that he, got me this house, got me this car. Someone was telling about their brand new car they got, and they were thanking the Lord, thanking Jesus, thank Christianity, thank this for having this car. I see people, pray for me. I'm getting my house renovated. I hope I can make it through this. We're currently moving. I'm getting this new house, and pray to God that it goes through. And I'm like, it bothered. Oh, whenever they went, we're in the World Series right now. You're going to see, thank God for, providing this win in the World Series. I'm like, it bothers me because, my first engineering class I ever walked into, teacher immediately said the first thing they said, well, obviously they greeted us first, but he greeted us first, but it was the first lesson was, keep it simple, stupid, and the acronym is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. And simply put, Christianity and the reason why you believe in, or you are Christian and you believe in Jesus is because Jesus provides salvation through his, life and death and resurrection. There is salvation. We have salvation. We're saved from what? From going to hell. We're saying, our relationship with God is restored, because we're sinners. And obviously there were sacrifices before, but Jesus ultimately makes the final sacrifice. And therefore your sins are forgiven. And, you can then therefore have that relationship with God, and therefore you can go to heaven. So that's what it is. It's about salvation. It's not about, I'm going to believe, I'm going to go to church so that way they can provide for, more money for me, they can provide a job for me. Yes, there are scriptural things in there, but I really believe, and I've talked about this before when I would go to church and, when they would talk about heaven, they're talking about pearly gates, streets of gold, they'll all have a mansion. I'll have my own mansion in heaven. I'm like, what? And, just my mind was always, why would I need a mansion? Why, if I'm living an eternal life and, no more pain, no more suffering, no more, why would the streets need to be gold? Why do the gates have to be made of pearls? Who cares about that stuff at that point? We know all the, have all the knowledge there is to know. We're saved. What's the point of all that at that point? And, a lot of this I think is really, really, and one thing you find when you start to dive deep into the history of Christianity, to the beginning of Christian thought, right? It wasn't that Jesus said, we're all going to be Christians. No, I mean, that came, the actual Christianity came later. But the beginning of Christian thought, they begin to, pull from other religions and other beliefs. A lot of it came, in my studies, there's a lot of Platonism in it. Of course, they heavily modify these things, and when they meet other peoples to try to gain more followers, they'll try to adapt and try to be like, oh yeah, you believe in that. Well, look at what we kind of have something similar to that, and look how many more people we have because of it. And so they'll kind of modify their own, beliefs to kind of bring more people into the fold. So as you begin to, study more about it. Definitely, open your mind, study more about this stuff, go dive deeper into it. And always remember, keep it simple. It's always the simplest solution is always usually the best solution in these things. And so it always bothers me. It bothers me a little bit. Like I'll see it, I'm like, flip away. I'm like, flip away. Okay, I get through 3 or 4 of them and then finally get to, some I would like to watch. I don't really watch too much short form content. I really look for the comedic stuff, the really funny comedic things. Those are always bad. I'm not looking for really anything serious when it comes to Instagram. I prefer Instagram Reels. Not really TikTok. I don't know. I just can't. I post stuff on TikTok. I watch some TikTok. I just can't get really into it. I'll just watch some. If I'm looking for just a little chuckle, I'll go through some Reels and. But I don't spend too much time on there. I generally prefer long form content. I prefer long form, stuff from people. And I watch a lot of, reselling stuff, computer stuff, news, finance, not finance, but more investing stuff. Investing is more than finance, but investing news and stuff like that. Just that it interests me. Not that I'm, the other thing too is don't get so held up on material things. The whole thing about like making sacrifices and is not so much about just giving up stuff. Like I'm going to give up my phone. I'm not going to use my phone anymore. I'm going to give it up. It's when it's not in your possession and then having that sort of withdrawal or anxiety because it's not in your possession, that's the part that's bad. If you can just like, oh, I found my phone. Oh, well, obviously nowadays we need it for a lot of things. We need it like to pay for stuff when I go out and about. I pretty much use my phone almost exclusively most of the time. Obviously you can't use it at the flea market, right? Goodwill is pretty much the only thing I use when I'm paying for stuff. So there's obviously a necessity there for it, but that anxiety when things aren't in your possession, or that wanting, that craving, that you want something so bad, like that's just one of the things. Like I talk about, I like Legos. I collect Legos. I collect Lego minifigures. I limit myself to, I don't go buying all kinds of sets for myself. I limit it to, just maybe 1 or 2 a month. Sometimes if I buy one big set and I'm like, I bought one big set, I can't. And that's really more, I could just go buy it if I want it, but I really just want to not, be that person where I'm just like, I'm craving it. I'm going to go, I want it. 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 And the other thing too is, once you've achieved that, that goal, then it's like, okay, what's next now? Then you kind of get that high, that build up to eventually getting it. And then eventually that crash after you do get it. And then you're looking for that next high. Yeah. I don't really like that. And, so I try to stay away from that. When I start to feel that way, I'll be mindful of it. And but okay, we just gotta, yeah, everybody feels it. It is natural to feel that, but just understand it and then try not to give into it. So, all right. Oh, one other thing I got too. I was popped over to Sabres. I was like, I'm going to jump into Sabres really quick. And I mean that if you follow any of my short, we're off topic now. If you go into and watch my shorts and all that, I'll tend to post stuff from Sabres. I don't really like doing full length videos at Sabres. I don't know. I just don't like the. I just don't care for the environment for making a full length video there. So I'll do short videos. And so I popped in really quick. I grabbed the keyboard. I grabbed the keyboard. And then what else did I grab? I grabbed the keyboard. Is it over there? But no, I thought I grabbed like 3 things, but it's a short video. I'll probably post it later today or tomorrow. But I also found these Bose headphones on the shelf. Everything was $10.99. Like the price of the day was $10.99, $10.99, $10.99. I know I bought 3 things that were $10.99. But either way, the Quiet Comfort. I think they were the 35s or the wireless, the Bluetooth variant, because there are the wired variant, and they do really well. The wired variants do really well, and the wireless variants do really well too. These will sell for about, okay, if they're in great condition, about $70 on the high end. But there is considerable wear around here, and I've sold these thrashed before. Obviously, you want to pay accordingly. I've sold these completely thrashed for $20. And these ones here probably more in the range of about $50, just because they probably will need an ear cup replacement. You know, I mean, they're okay. They're not horrible. It's the band that's really, really in bad shape. I don't think you replace the band on these. Maybe you could, or maybe you just wrap it up with some electrical tape or something. But they do sound really, really good. I already tested them out and everything. So, again, reselling. I do have some returns coming in, which is kind of annoying because the return. Obviously, I don't want the item not described. I don't want any of those. But what kind of annoys me is what is it? It's made a mistake. What do they put here? I'm going to look on my screen right now. What was this? Because I got 2 sitting at my mailbox. I have to go get. Ordered by mistake. Ordered by mistake. Ordered by mistake. Does not fit. Ordered by mistake. It does not fit. I can see that. Yeah, that could happen. No big deal. Like Costco. You buy clothing at Costco or something. It wasn't clothing. It was actually an electronic piece. You buy something at Costco. You can't really, try it on or fit it. So you get home and you're like, doesn't fit. So you got to take it back. I understand that. But ordered by mistake. I mean, ordered by mistake. That one I don't really understand. On eBay, that is. Maybe on Amazon, you can use that, quickly order something, and you don't realize, like, oh man, that's not what I wanted. But one was a watch, and the other was a glass apple, which I just flashed, I flashed my what's sold really quick. I didn't want to do that just yet. One was a glass apple. It's a hollow glass apple. It's at my mailbox. And so I'm really, really worried and hoping it's not broken. I would like to sell it again. It was a really nice apple, and I would like to sell it again if I can. I mean, if it's broken, I'm going to take away 50%. It won't get as much as we had hoped, but oh well. It is what it is. It's a part of retail. I'm not even going to say reselling. I'm not even going to say selling online. It's a part of just retail. That's what we are. We're a retail in a retail setting here. Okay, let me go ahead and cut the video here, and next thing will be what's sold. There you go, and you already saw the first one here. This is, I hope I didn't show this on the last one. Ooh, I need to do, hold on, do not disturb. Ooh, I got messages. I'm surprised I go. All my messages. Got a bunch of messages going to reply to you here. Not even like necessarily reply to you, just messages like my cameras, my YouTube. Clear that out. Respond to family members. Okay. Let's go over here, and messages down. Where are they? Oh, here we go. My screenshots where I have all the prices over here. I think I stopped at. Oh, did I show these? Oh. Were these headphones in it? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't see these. Were these headphones? Maybe I didn't upload it. All right, I'll throw these headphones. Did I not? I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't think I did. Let me throw these in there in the. Let me just put these in my folder, on my Google folder really quick, and so that way I'll show you these headphones too. Shouldn't put them on top of my phone. Yeah, I'm a Google guy, pixel guy. So every time you put your pixel on top of another pixel, all of a sudden, like, it'll start to want to transfer stuff. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to do that. Don't want to start that. I'm all pixel. I'm all Google Pixel all the way. I have the Pixel phone, got the Pixel watch, got the Pixel headphones. Not really, not an Apple guy. Okay, but these are really cool. These would have gone for more. I gotta look at my phone though, because the prices are there, or what I sold them for. These would have probably gone closer to $40. There were some issues, condition issues with these. They're coasters, and as you can see, Texas Longhorns. And definitely a brand you want to look out for, Smathers and Branson, when it comes to these coasters. They have a lot of different coasters, a lot of universities. University stuff does really well. Sold for $30 and I'm definitely on the higher end for coasters. So definitely be on the lookout. $10 even is what they paid in shipping. This went in a standard padded poly bag. So really cool. Oh, and they're actually like sewn or needlepoint or cross stitched. They are, it's really, really cool. They're really, really cool coasters, really well made. Definitely something to keep your eye out for. Oh, you don't even see my mouse. I'm all messed up today. What direction am I going in? Yeah, we're good there. Okay. Okay, so this one I found at the new Salvation Army in our area. And when the first day we went, and it wasn't the first opening day, but the first day that we went. A really cool Canon, a portable word processor typewriter. Really cool. And it worked, turned on, works, and everything, tested it out. And it sold for $79.66. $25.10 what they paid in shipping. And the reason is the dimensions, really. I did pay a little bit less than that because it wasn't so tall. I put 8 inches just to kind of get the shipping down a little bit. If you put 10 inches, I forgot what the total dimensions was, but it was definitely over, I think it was like 16 by 14. And then if you do 10 inches in height, it's going to go up over $30. So I did 8 inches. I knew it was going to be I knew it was going to be lower than 8 inches. And I was able to get it down to 6 inches, which then that makes a really bigger difference there. But 8 inches, because we do make a little bit on the shipping around here to pay for our shipping supplies. Even though we are getting some free, there are still some sizes I will need to order. But really, really cool piece here. And it was easy too because this came with all the original packaging. So it had all the foam in there already. It had the original box. So I was able just to, build the box just right around. It wasn't too bad. I just cut down each corner and then just fold everything down to get it. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was just under 6 inches in total height. So really cool. Definitely something to be on the lookout for. All this old tech stuff, people still look out for it. People still buy it and look out for it. So here's a Le Sportsac, and I talk about Le Sportsac often. It is definitely a brand to be on the lookout for, especially with their collabs. Someone commented on one of my, it was a short video. I used to do, so if you look at my channel, you'll see I have over 3,000 subscribers. Closing in on 4,000. Hopefully we get there soon. And how close am I to 4,000? Very close, like 20... under 20 now, 18. 18, and we should be at 4,000 subscribers. It's amazing. But, in order to I wanted to get to my goal as quickly as possible. And so I realized when I was chasing that short form videos were garnering quite a few subscribers at a time. And so I was posting 3, 4 videos a day to try to achieve my goal of subscribers. Then you got to get watch hours too. But just to get that subscriber count, I was posting 3 short videos a day. Just boom, boom, boom. Yeah, the point, I was posting long form, but really I was pushing the short form. And I still get comments and everything on all the short form videos I did. And one of them, I got a comment recently on the Sportsac Sesame Street, and they said they couldn't find it anywhere. They couldn't find any comps, and they were worried it might be fake. But the Sportsac Sesame Street collab came out during the pandemic in 2020. So I don't think it was very well known. I don't think many people were really paying attention to it. So it could have some sort of rarity to it. I'm not really sure like how much they actually produced or anything like that. But it is definitely one to be on the lookout for, is the collab of Sesame Street. Most of the different styles of bags that are Sesame Street, this should go for around about $50. New or used, I think. Used maybe a little bit less, but it is, there is a bit of a rarity to it. Just because I don't think many people knew that they even did that. So something to keep your eye out for. But other styles do really well. This is just a little like a cosmetic bag, small accessory bag. 1990. So almost $20. $6.18 what they paid in shipping. And this just went into a standard poly bag. So definitely keep your eye out for other of the sports sack stuff. This went for more than some of the triple zipper ones I sell. So definitely keep your eye out for these. The sports sack. Okay, so this watch was brand new. It even had the little plastic clip around the crown. So really, really cool. Brand new Cinderella watch. I sell watches all the time. I like selling watches. I just showed you a bunch of watches I got. This was a good one. $34.89 is what it sold for. $6.37 what they paid in shipping. Small padded poly bag is what this went into. Really cool. Keep an eye out. Most Disney watches, like Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse really doesn't do that well. But Mickey Mouse ones, unless they're limited edition, I did sell a Cinderella seems to do really well because I did sell a broken Cinderella one with the mice in it. And that one was broken. And so like for around $30 or $40, I could have probably gotten 80 and 90 if it worked. But definitely keep your eye out for the other IPs. And what I mean by IP is intellectual properties. So besides Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, besides the regular characters we're aware of, look out for the other ones. Now this is a bins find. I gotta look for my box set. So I'm at the bins. I look for brand new. I look for box sets. And this is the Monty Python collection here. It's not even it's a UK version. Sold for good money. $29.25, $5.22 what they paid in shipping. Yeah, they paid it was what do you call it? Media mail. And this went in a box. I put it in a box, a 957 box. It's one of my hat. I call my hat boxes. So really, really cool. Definitely one to keep your eye out for. Make sure it's all in there. Double check them. So if you're at the bins, open them all up. Make sure so many times, I get the DVDs and I open it, not in there. So be aware of that fact. Unless it's brand new. Okay, these are Kukui, I believe how you pronounce it. Nuts. Necklaces. Keep your eye out for university ones. They do incredibly well. This is Stanford University. What did it sell for? $19.90. And there you go. $6.60 is what they paid in shipping. So, it's not high end or anything like that, but it's the university. It's got a little tickle in my throat. It is the university that's selling this. So keep your eye out. Even obscure universities do really well. So definitely, they might take a little bit longer to sell, but definitely something to keep your eye out for, especially, right now, since, we're in the heart of college football. So keep your eye out for these things. This is really, well, I remember when these first came out and I was like, that's so cool. I want to get one of those. And Air Swimmers, it was, I forget the name of the company. I think the name of the company is Air Swimmers, but it's sold. It was so cool. It's a balloon. It's like I forget what they call Mylar, I think is what it's called. Balloon, and it's remote control. You fly it through the air. A little nostalgic for me. I was already a bit older when these came out, when I remember seeing the infomercials for these. Sold for $21.02. It is brand new, so I wouldn't buy it if it was used. I would only buy it if it's brand new. So really cool. $9.31 what they paid in shipping. This went in one of my large padded poly bags. So really cool. And this is the one where I wasn't sure if I showed this in the previous video or not, but I'm not sure if I did or not. But either way, Anchor Soundcore, definitely a brand to be on the lookout for. I'll talk about it anyway because I don't remember right now. I just saw it on my phone. I'm pretty sure I didn't say anything about it. But you know, as you can see, it's got a similar shape, similar look to like the Sony noise canceling ones, the Bose ones, you know, not so much the Apple ones, but because those are more rectangular. But really cool, definitely one to keep your eye out for. Anchor Soundcore, they do sound really good, and they are really good headphones. They sold for $50 even. $10 what they paid in shipping, regular padded poly bags with went into. Had the case, had all the original cables with it as well. Definitely keep your eye out for it. It's not the most, you know, high-end name or brand, but you know, generally you can get these under, you know, $10, $5, $6 and turn it into $50. So really, really cool. Definitely something to keep your eye out for. That's it. That should be it, right? Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. Oh, what did I do there? Close that. All right. Let me know what you think of the video in the comments. Let me know what you think of the pickups and the what solds. I'll see you in the next video.
Hey, you've made it to the end. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please like the video by hitting the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel by hitting my little round icon down below. It really does help us out here. Also, you'll find a couple of selections. You'll see a playlist of videos to watch and my most recent video that I did upload.